Namaste. Good morning. Thank you for joining practice. Please, as always, practice according to your conditions and your abilities, and respect your limitations. Think of the practice as an offering. So what you put out there will be felt, and imagine all beings out there are feeling what you're feeling. So in that sense, you will maybe practice. There'll be a cue for you to practice more mindfully. So on that note, let's begin. Close the eyes, bring the attention within. The Lord Krishna said to Arjuna, fix your mind on me alone. Rest your thoughts in me alone. And in me you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May the Lord bestow upon us the fruit of knowledge, and may we have the intelligence to acquire that knowledge, and the desire to acquire that knowledge. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. To make this practice even more powerful, more meaningful, and even better than meditation, renounce all the fruits. Let's begin with the mantra for purification, to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you don't know it, move the lips, pretend you're chanting through the voice of the Guru. You derive all the benefits as though you're chanting it perfectly. If you do know it, do it with conviction and volume so it can be heard by all the subtle bodies within and all around. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Vyantraha Strihi. Do spiritual breathing to connect with the divine. Bring the arms up, the palms slightly turned up. From the fingertips, inhale down, the best of the best, down to the arms into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all in the spiritual heart, located in the center of the chest and the right side of physical heart. 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale down through the arms, the best of the best, right into the spiritual heart. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding the heart, the residing place of God. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Attract everything you need down to the arms and bring it right to the spiritual heart. Through the arms. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it in the heart again as an offering to God. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your arms down now. Let's do the main breathing, alternate nostril breathing. So we will just do a count of 8, 6, 8. For the inhale, we breathe in, so it goes inhale to the left side, close both nostrils for 6, exhale out to the right, inhale to the right, close both nostrils for 6, exhale to the left. So sit up tall and straight. This helps to bring the mind into calmness, combines the apana, the downward vital force, with the upward force, the prana, and then this will bring about calmness in the mind. When the mind is calm, it's less susceptible to being disturbed by cravings, which ultimately can lead to attachment, which leads then to suffering. So bring the mind into state of calmness. Left hand to Dhyana Mudra, second finger thumb connected to the mudra of consciousness on the left knee. Right hand, second and third fingers fold down, turn the palm towards you. The palm, there's no longer Vishnu Mudra at this point when you turn the palm towards you. But the thumb for the right nostril, right ring finger for the left. So no breath retention needed, no locks needed, I should say, because the count is so short, that the breath retention is so short. But you can do the friction technique. So as you inhale, you imagine the breath moving down towards the base of the spine. On the exhale, you imagine the breath moving back up. So you're always watching the wave movement of the breath. This keeps the mind one-pointed. So breathe out completely to begin, sit up tall and straight. Then close off the right side. Inhale down to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close both sides of the nose. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale back up through the right. 4. I'm using the hand to indicate the movement of the breath. Down on the inhale now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close both nostrils and open left. Exhale back up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really down again. Inhale, fill up again. 4, lift the chest. 6, 7, 8. Close both sides of the nose. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale back up. The right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to the right side. Inhale. Close both nostrils. Everything stops. All the mind activity. The body moves. Any emotions frozen. Exhale out through the left. Back up. Down through the left now. Close both nostrils. Hold. Exhale out through the right. Down to the right. Hold for 6. Exhale out for 8 to the left. Down to the left. Inhale. Keep watching the movement of the breath. Close both sides of the nose. Hold the breath. Exhale out to the right. Down to the right. Close both sides. Exhale out through the left. One more round. Inhale down to the left. Close both nostrils. Hold. Exhale through the right. Down to the right. Hold. Exhale out left. Bring the right hand back down to the knee. Take a moment to be the observer. Witness what is passing through the mind. Have no expectation as to what you should or should not observe. Have no concern as to what you observe. Through the practice of being a witness, we eventually can allow ourselves to remove ourselves from the ego, the identification of the body, with the body and the mind and the emotions. These are not representative of our true nature. Our true nature is the same as God's, infinite, immutable, and stainless. And now we will begin the asana practice. It is through the forms that God manifests in this universe. So revere and love each and every form. Try to see the divine in each and every form. to reflect upon that intention and anchor it deeply in your heart and your mind. And let's begin. Come to standing. We will begin with some exercises to promote the release of impurities from the body by generating some heat. So first with the organs. So we're going to fill up on the inhale, exhale, empty out the lungs, and as we hold the breath out, we're shaking out everything. So imagine you're pumping the belly button in and out, and just imagine that all the organs are being shaken and all the impurities are falling out. Okay, so take a deep breath in. Exhale, come down. Hands on the knees. Relax the belly muscles, but keep holding the breath out. Start to pump the belly button in and out as fast as you can. Try for at least 50 times as you hold your breath out. Pull everything up and in, hold the breath, or keep holding the breath out. Push the belly button to the lower back, the heart into the shoulder blades. Come back up. Breathe in. Breathe out, relax. Once again, inhale. Exhale again. Come down, hands on the knees, empty out completely. Relax the belly muscles again and again. Start to throw the belly button to the front of the spine. Again, suck everything up and in. Hold the breath out. Hold the breath out. Lungs empty. Area underneath the rib basket is getting thinner and thinner. And then come back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Okay, now let's move the joints in every which way possible. I'm just going to adjust the camera for a moment. Okay, so hands on the hips to start. Circle the head. Dharmaji says move the joints every day to keep the body in a state of radiant health. Move the body every day or you end up in big trouble. And then go in the opposite direction now. Now inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Continue. Now up with the arms. Exhale, pull them down. Do the exercise again with vigor. In front of the body, inhale. Snap the arms back. The hands in front of the shoulders. Now throw the arms back and forth. Try to get the arms behind the ears. Now arms swing backwards, circles. Forward. Clap your hands as they come in front. Now arms across the chest, inhale, exhale, throw them back. Arms up over the head, inhale. Exhale, throw the body down. The belly comes on the thighs. One more. Allow yourself to hang out here for a moment. And then roll your way back up. Next, it is a squat. So if you can't come down all the way, just come down as far as you can. Reach up and drop down on the inhale. Exhale. Now, elbows up at the height of the shoulders, twist from side to side. Exhale as you complete the twist on each side. The inhale is passive in the middle. See all the way around you. Come back to the center. This one has 4 movements. Again, it has a squat, so practice according to condition. It looks like this. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale, jump up, exhale down. If you can't jump, just lift your heels. Be like a child. Stay in that mindset. Childlike mindset. You'll always be blissful. One more. Next, arms in front of the body, at the height of the shoulders. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull in and pop right back out. Feel as though the arms are spring-loaded. Now, arms by the sides of the body, same movement, but a circle and a quarter. Inhale, circle around to the back, and back to the front. Exhale, pull in and drop the arms down. Next one. Open up the feet a little bit more, the toes be on the edges of the mat. Go from side to side. Left arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the right. Right arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the left. Next one, the same movement, but the breathing's a little bit different. Go deeper into the stretch. Left arm up, inhale. Hold the breath, bend to the right. Open up the chest to the sky. Exhale, back up. Right arm up, inhale. Lengthen on the breath retention. Go a little bit deeper into the stretch. And then come back up. Exhale. Keep going. Keep the gaze up as you bend. Back up. Try to bend in a way that stretches the whole right side of the body without shortening the underside too much. Try not to make too many wrinkles in the waist. And come back up. Graceful sweeping movements like your grass blowing in the wind. Remember, all creations experienced this through you. So practice in a way that feels good to you. If you go to a place of pain and suffering and anxiety, that's what you'll be transmitting to others. So always think about the offering. Reach. Good. And come back up. And then the other side. Try to keep the mind quiet by moving in a way that is graceful, fluid, no jerks, no aggressive, loud movements. Everything soft and fluid, like you're moving, like you see yourself moving in dreams. Sometimes the body doesn't move quite as easily in the morning, but with constant practice, the body will learn to move more. We'll learn to adapt more quickly when we start to move. Let's do one more on each side. Reach up and bend. So I like to warm up quite a long time in the morning. And then back. And then coming back up. So let's go on with the hands and knees now. Cat, cow. Stoke the inner fire, so work the core muscles here. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. Stretch the belly skin. Exhale, stretch the back skin. Inhale. Exhale. Try not to make wrinkles in the back of the neck or the lower back. Inhale. Exhale. When we bring the chin in, try not to close off the throat completely. Inhale. Remember, the breath still has to move. Exhale. Try not to obstruct it. Inhale. Same with the prana, the vital force. And coming back. Inhale. Keep the spine as elongated as possible. No kinks in the spine. No discontinuities. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, shoulder blades come towards one another. Exhale, they separate. Upper back becomes wide. Inhale. Exhale. Telescope your neck out of the shoulders. Inhale, the trunk out of the hips. Exhale, push down into the ground. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Next one, throw the right leg up. Inhale. Swing that to the right on the exhale. You can modify the movement by keeping your knee bent. You can also move slower if you need to. And then the other leg, left leg up, and then swing out to the left. If you're flexible, you can try to keep your, try to make it so the foot doesn't drop lower than the line of the hip. Try to get your toes right over your head. Next one is for the back, to build strength in the back muscles. Let's get the back in this one. So we're going to come down onto our bellies, anchor down to the thighs, the hips, and the tops of the feet. If you can, join your hands together. It helps. You can squeeze your palms together, but if it's too much for your shoulders, then keep your hands apart. Now I'm going to pull up on the inhale, and back down on the exhale. Up and down. Up, down, 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 up, down. If you're still with me, up this time, hold it. And down. Separate your arms, allow them to drop beside your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Relax everything. Next one. The arms in front of the body. There's a couple of options. 3 options here. You can raise the legs and your arms at the same time and back down and then back down, or you can alternate the opposite arm with the opposite leg rising up and just switch between the two. So engage your back muscles, your buttocks, and just keep your chest up the whole time. Otherwise, the last one option, you swing your legs up, and as the legs are coming down, the action of the legs, the hips and the chest coming down, will throw the upper body up. So you're rocking on your belly. So it's like this. Okay, continue with me. Don't use your hands too much. Just there. Touching them. And then relax. That might take a few times to get. As Dharma says, don't expect everything to happen on the first time. It doesn't always happen. Just do your best. Now breathe in and breathe out. Now, the reason you don't use your hands too much in that one is like stops the momentum. So with practice that would come more easily, and then by the end of it, you're really getting some height. So now let's continue on. Seat all the way back behind the heels. This one has 4 movements. Inhale, come up into high cat. Exhale, drop your hips in your hands, cobra. Chest forward, the head back. Back into high cat. Inhale. Exhale, seat back behind heels. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Rounding. Then flexing. Rounding again. And flattening and lengthening. Inhale, rolling up. Uncoiling. And then back. Coiling inwards and back down. Inhale, try to move in a way that doesn't, again, create any discontinuities anywhere along the spine. Allow the vital force to flow freely, and the breath as well, and back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, push your hips all the way, the heart all the way forward, away from the seat. Inhale. Exhale, moving away again. That is smooth, that creates as much length in the spine as possible, space between the vertebra. Inhale. And back, exhale. Inhale with your neck. Telescope the neck out of the shoulders. Keep the neck long so that you can bring the head back a little bit more and back. You can move the head freely. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Imitate the movements of a serpent and back. Exhale. Copy the form physically. Imagine that in a boundless range of motion. And back. And then try to tap into all the divine qualities of the serpent. Be regal and wise, fierce and fearless. And forward. And back. See the divine in each and every form. Each and every form has its own qualities and virtues. Tap into them. Up. And forward. And up. And back. 3 times plus of those can imitate the forms at all level. And one more time. Up. And forward. Up. And back. Rest for a moment. Breathe in. And breathe out. You want to warm up the spine so it stays supple and strong. Next one. Same with that cobra action, the cobra form. Pull the body down along the ground. And inhale, raise head up, hold the breath, hold the pose. And back, exhale. If that's a difficult entry, you can just come up a little bit and maybe plank, and then drop your hips to your hands on the inhale. This is a home inhale. Take the head back, hold the pose, hold the breath. And back, exhale. Continue with the movements of your choice, the entry of your choice. Brush your nose, ground for gliding. Good. And come up. And back, exhale. Imitation is a form of showing reverence. When a teacher senses the enthusiasm and the interest in the students, they're perhaps more inclined to share the knowledge and all their tricks with them. Come forward. We are just, have always a strong desire and show always a strong desire for the knowledge that frees us from pain and suffering. Come back forward. And even if you're not with the guru, the teacher, they will impart the knowledge psychically with you. And back, exhale. Glide forward. If you're, again, gliding, pull the floor towards you as you're coming forward, like you're trying to pull the floor towards you. This will propel the body forward with more power and ease. And back, exhale. Inhale. Roll the shoulders back, the chest forward, the heart wide open in every sense. And back. This time, we're cleaning a couple more joints. Bend your knees as you're coming forward. Press into your fingertips really hard so you can get your toes to your head. And back. Doesn't matter if they don't touch. Just do your best. Your hips come right behind your hands. Press into your fingertips. Open up your legs a little bit. Imagine you're squeezing socks behind the knees. And you try not to let them fall away out of the knees. And come forward again. Be real and wise again. Imagine the serpents merge with the floor. And back. Come forward, inhale. Hold the breath, everything stops. All the mind activity, the body movements, and the emotions as though they're frozen. And back, exhale. Glide. Elbows come in towards the body, fingers turn out. Come out the fingertips again. Push hard. There's lots of power in those fingertips. And back. You're trying to get the whole body up off the ground. From the tops of the legs up. Everything is up off the ground. Last one, make it your best. Hold the breath. Imagine your toes touching your head. And back, exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Even these moments of rest, offer them up. They still have the benefit for all beings. And now I'm going to come forward onto the belly, flip onto the back. Okay. Now tucks. Extend the arms over the head, reach out to the fingers and toes, and exhale. Come into tuck, pull the shoulders up off the mat, try to get your chin between your knees. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, powerful movements here. Elongating and then tightening up, or a little ball with your body. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze in tight. All muscles come together in the middle. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Massaging the organs here. Inhale. Exhale. This promotes good digestion and elimination. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We're working both the outer and the inner body and the inner muscles. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath this time as you come into tuck. If you want to pull, use the elbows to press the knees in, one fist in front of the other so you can get your forehead to your hands. And release. If it doesn't happen, don't worry about it. Just do your best. Inhale. Squeeze tight. Concentrate on the space to your eyebrows in any case, whether it's touching or not. And break. Exhale. Inhale, extend. And hold the breath. Tuck. Try to get your shoulders up off the mat. Pull them in towards one another. Like you're going to give yourself a big hug. Release. Exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath. Come up. Release. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Release. Inhale, stretch. And hold the breath. hold the position and the tuck of the tuck. Inhale. Exhale. Oh no, hold, not exhale, hold the breath. Release, exhale. And one more. Inhale, extend. Hold the breath and tuck. And release. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, remove all fatigue. Now arms over the head. See if you can bring your legs all the way up and over your head, behind your head. In cow pose. Then bring your legs back down. As soon as your feet come down, so you can sit up and pull your body over the legs. Now that might not be possible for everyone, so if you can't go, you bring your legs all the way back, up over behind your head. Just go as far as you can. You can bend your knees, take your hands underneath your knees, and then come forward. Okay, so modify as you need to. Start sitting up as you need to, as the legs are coming down. You don't have to wait until the feet are down as well. If you have a flexibility straight, keep your legs and arms straight through your transition. Try to move at uniform speed. All graceful movements. Anchor down to the heels as kind of seated. And you're going back, push down to the back of the hands. So okay, we'll do one more after this one. And then the next one will bring us up to standing. So prepare. Legs momentum, getting a bit of speed. The feet behind the head. And then from here, bend your knees, plant your feet, and come right to standing if you can. So now we'll move to the front of the mat. Continue to warm us with some sun salutations. One second. Okay, so now we'll move to the front of the mat. Heads to hearts. A few rounds of Surya Namaskar. Stroke the whole body. Always again, offering up everything to the divine within. Raise your arms up overhead, arch back. Fold the body down. Bend your knees if you need to bring your hands flat on the ground. Right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seats. Into the high plank. Lower the knees, chest and forehead down. Glide right between your arms into upward facing dog if you can. Lift your hips away from the ground. Adho Mukha Svanasana. The seat comes up, the head comes down. The right foot forward to the hands. If that's a difficult transition, lower the left knee down. Use the right hand also to push the foot forward, further forward. Send the feet together, Uttanasana. Come right up, arch back. And then hands to the hearts. Go up and back. Engage the buttocks in the upper back. Fold the body down. The left foot goes back. Into the plank, Ashtanga Namaskara. Right through into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the left foot steps to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest and the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, we jumping back. And then back home, hands to the hearts. Again, raise your arms up, stretch. Come down. Don't worry about the breath. Just move the body, the breath will follow and deliver more power in these movements. Right foot back into the high plank, Ashtanga Namaskara. Right through to upward facing dog or cobra, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot steps forward and then followed by the left. Come right back up. Hands back to the heart. As Dharmaji says, keep up or you'll miss it all. Come forward and down. There's a time for action to bring a little bit of energy into the body and back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward, feet together, Uttanasana, angry determination. Cultivate a boundless imagination and enthusiasm. Go up and then down. The right foot back into the high plank, knees, chest, forehead down, and swing right through into upward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot again to the hands, feet together, right up and back home, hands to the heart. Go up and back, stretch, and lengthen the back body, head close to the feet, the left foot back, into the plank. Down we go, elbows close to the body, turn the fingers out, right into upward facing dog, charge the legs. Adho Mukha Svanasana, soften line the back. Left foot steps, feet together, Uttanasana. Come right to stand, reach up, and back home. So next 6, we'll do another variation. So just demonstrate, raise your arms up. We're going to go down, hands down, press at your hands, jump back if you can, otherwise walk back into Chaturanga or right at your belly. Upward facing dog, cobra, downward facing dog, jump or walk your feet forward, and then up again, and go right to the next one. Okay, so that's 6. Reach up, come down, go as fast as you can. Feet forward to the hands, reach up and back, come down, bend your elbows as you're jumping back so that that entry into the plank is nice and soft, no jarring movements. Come down, bend your elbows, come down low. Also helps to hold your breath as you're jumping. Reach up and down. Hovering just above the ground if you can, about an inch above the ground. Reach up. Keep the body young and energetic. One more. Charging breathing. Standing tall in Tadasana, hands by the body. The inhale from the base spine up to the crown. Imagine you're breathing the best breath all the way up there. Exhale, send it everywhere throughout the body. Send out to all beings everywhere. Remember, everything is meant to be shared. So now let's continue. Come to the middle of the mat. So we'll do some balance poses first. Let's start off with ballet pose. Anchor down to the left foot, bring the right foot up, right heel, hold the right heel with inside from the inside, the thumb behind your heel. If you can, take your leg and your arm out at the same time. So try to have your fingers and toes in the same line. Maybe it's the height of the shoulders. More flexible, take your foot up higher. And then if you can, look up, flex your foot a little bit, helps with balance. Feel free to stand with your back against the wall, with your left hand on the wall also, if you need to. Exude the grace and the poise of a dancer. Now we're going to let go of the foot, come right into gliding eagle. Bend your left knee, your belly can land on your thigh. You can even take your hands down to the ground if you need to. Dive down like an eagle soaring down from a great height. Be graceful. Try to have your toes higher than the hip, the head foot higher than the hip, the head about the height of the knee. Now press onto your left foot, come right back up into the previous pose. Right up into dancer again. If you fall, just come right back up. Remain unjudging, unconcerned. Remember you're the witness, just watching the body moving. You're not the body nor the mind or the emotions. And now break the pose, come back out. Try it on the other side. Just imagine that you are one with the form. You are the form. So take hold of the left foot now. Bring the leg up. Everything is for God. Or whatever you believe in. Press up the base of the toes. Good. Now let go of the foot, and then come forward. Bend your right knees. You can land your belly on your thigh, but see if you can pull your chest forward, your chin forward, so you can arch your back a little bit, so you can get your left foot even higher. Point the toes. Coming back up. Hold the foot again, and right up into the previous pose, dancer. Whatever happens, just dance with it. It's just the gunas doing their thing. Good, and then come back down. Charge the body again. Inhale from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown. Exhale, send the effects all throughout the body into all beings everywhere. Feel rejuvenated, recharged. Okay, so now let's go to the back of the mat. Left foot forward. Left fingertips on the ground. About 14 or 16 inches in front of your left foot. Raise your right leg up. Turn it to the right. Bring the right arm up as well if you can. Adho Chandrasana. If you're having trouble opening up, you can bring your left hand on a block, or you can even come down on your knee. Find a modification that works for you. Now bring the right hand down, roll the right hip down, and then the leg will come down a little bit above the height of the hip and the head. Same line. Bring the left arm up if you can. Turn to your left. If that's difficult for you because your shoulder, you can keep your hand on your seat. But try to turn your chest as much as possible. Keep your right leg straight if you can. Oops. And then bring the left hand down. If you can, raise your right leg up higher. Bend your left knees, you can get your belly on your thigh. And then bring your left hand to your ankle, on the index finger on the outside of the heel. So if you have tight hamstrings, you can bend your right knee. Okay, but then you bring the right hand closer and closer to the foot. Gaze is just beyond your toes, your hip is in line with your heel of the left leg. Maybe come even just on one fingertip right beside your foot, and eventually maybe you can bring the right hand on the foot itself. Index finger on either side of the heel. Bring your right leg down and release. Keep your head heavy as you're rolling way up. Don't worry too much about the height of the raised leg, just try to find a balance. Concentration. Right foot forward, right fingertips down on the ground in front of the foot, and then the left leg comes up. Open up to the left. Reach up nice and high, fingers straight and together, toes pointed. Pay attention to detail, make the pose look pretty. Remember, it's an offering. Good. Now here, bring the left fingertips down. It's to the left of the right foot. Your left leg stays up. Maybe bring it lower, but the height of the hip, and then bring the right arm up if you can. Turn your chest all the way to the right. Try to have your shoulders right on top of one another. Bring the right hand down. Bend the right knee if you need to. Get your belly and your thigh together. If you're flexible, your left leg goes all the way up, stays straight. Otherwise, you can bend your knee if you need to. Or if you just bring it to the height you can. Bring the right hand to your foot, index finger on the outside of the heel. Bring your left hand right beside the foot so that eventually you can bring your left index finger on the inside of the heel. The gaze again just beyond your toes. Good. One more breath, reach up. And then down. Let's step on the hands from up, bend your knees, belly lands on your thighs, slip your hands underneath your heels and push your seat up, push your calves back and against your forearms. If you're flexible, maybe your body is right against your legs, including your forehead to your shins. Lift your seats a little bit more to feel the stretch in the backs of the legs. And then release. Roll your way back up. So now stand in the middle of the mat. So we're going to get ready from our poses now. Stand sideways, so you're facing along the edge of the mat, fingers together at the height of the shoulders and lines your elbows. Jump or walk your feet apart. Turn to your left, Virabhadrasana to sink low in the hips. Try to get your hip about the height of the knee. More flexible, and if your knees are healthy, your knee can go over the toes. Otherwise, go back a little bit, your shin vertical. Extend through the arms, look over the front hand, enter into the warrior consciousness now. Strong, steadfast in their devotion. Good. Right arm up to meet the left. Look up between the hands, arms are straight like the edges of the sword, the warrior's weapon. Exemplify the courage and devotion of the warrior, always ready to serve. And now from here, if you can, lean into front foot and press front leg straight. You might need to bring your right foot in a little bit and to the right. Join your hands, pull hands down, lift the chest. Now come forward. You might need to bend your left knee a little bit. Try and get your belly on the thigh. Pull the hands all the way up over your shoulders, off your back if you can, over your shoulders. Your left hip is moving back, your right hip moving forward. So your hips are more even. Pyramid pose. Now you can stay here. If you have more flexibility, you can bend your left knee. Go to your right a little bit. Slide your right foot back. Increase your stance. You bring your forehead down to the ground. Humble warrior. If you want to do that pose, you can. And it's too much. You can also bring your knee down just underneath your hip. So do again according to your condition. Inhale, come up halfway. Lower the knee down. Drop your seat all the way forward. Kapyasana. You can start with your hands on the knee. And then move. Lean back away from the leg. Push your lower back up and in first. Telescope your body out of the hips. Allow the head to fall back. If you feel ready, you can bring arms up. Rock your shoulders back and side. Rock and forth. Try to get your arms beside behind the ears. Good. You have to arch your back. That's why we do downward facing dogs a lot. Reach back. Try to keep your arms straight. Lose yourself in the pose. Now break the pose. Move your foot to your left, to the edge of the mat. Come on, lift your knees up off, right knee up off the ground. Push back and forth. Push one more time to the back heel. Lower the knee down, flatten out the toes if you can. Fall onto your right hip and your right forearm if your hips are low enough. And then roll back to your left. So you want to make it so that your knee stays close to shoulder. Not like this and not like this. So your shin should still stay vertical. And even if your hips are too far from the ground, just stay on your hands and just allow the hips to sink. Imagine they're like an anchor trying to make its way down to the bottom of the leg core. And reach through the chest. The more you telescope your chest forward, the more you lengthen, the more the body will come down. If you're flexible, your hips are on the ground, try to get your belly and your chest to come down. Keep your gaze steady, unblinking like the lizard. Now come back onto the hands. Slide your left leg back. Your leg should look like a box now. So your front leg at 90-degree angles. If you can, lift the foot up to test to see if it's in the right place. You should be able to lift the foot up easily. Okay, so now from here, Parivita Paschimottanasana, right arm up. So modification, just keep your hand on the outside of the left knee, the left hand on the seat. Push it in, pull down, and turn to your left. Look over your left shoulder. If you can go further, the right arm goes outside the knee. So angle the toe of the knee towards the right. Get the arm down, armpit eventually on the outside of the knee. Left hand pushes into your right. Push very hard downward. At the same time, the belly comes up over the thigh, the center of the chest comes to your thumbs. Roll the left shoulder all the way back, turn the face and chest up. You can do any variation you know here. You can bend the toes under, well, keep the toes bent under, lift the back knee. If you want, take a bind. You can do this with your knee on the ground or with your knee up off the ground. Check out which one gives you more ease to come into the pose. Pull in the hands if you have a bind. Try to get your chest all the way up. Oh, sorry about that. Whatever happens again, be unconcerned. Push through the back heel, the base of the toes. Now, come back from the pose, come back to standing. Okay, so go to the right. Turn around 180 degrees if you can't see the camera anymore. Steady yourself in the pose. Be strong like the warrior. Sometimes things happen. Like Dharma says, stand supreme no matter what happens. With practice, with anger, determination, adherence to ethical rules, you will pass through everything. And then go up, Virabhadrasana 1. If you understand well the laws of karma, you'll be able to navigate you through even the worst, the most challenging, the most difficult challenges. Reach up. Now lean the front foot, press into back foot and straighten the front leg. Join hands behind the back. Move your left foot to your left if you need to. Point the ankle of the toes so it's about toes are a little bit more forward, and then pull the hands down, lift the chest, allow the head to go back, bow down. Bend your right knee if you need to as you're making your way down, and with the belly on your leg, maybe your leg will eventually straighten. Right hip moves forward, left hip moves back so the hips are even. You can stay here or bend the right knee more deeply and go to your left, humble warrior. Remember, you can bring your left knee to the ground if you need to. Imagine you stretching them out with your feet. Embody the humbleness of the warrior. They always know their place to serve, to protect. Now come up halfway. Bring your back knee down, flatten out the toes, keep your seat all the way forward towards front heel. Again, you can take your hands on your knee, lean away from the leg, push it more back up and in, get a little bit of height first, length before you go back, so you don't crunch your neck or the lower back. Or bring your hands together, rock your shoulders back and forth, and stretch. Imagine your fingertips are going to go over the toes, your body parallel to the ground eventually. Break the pose, hands the inside of the right foot. The right foot moves the edge of the mat. Bend the toes under and just pick up the knee up off the ground, the left knee. Rock back and forth a few times. And then push back one more time to the left heel, lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. If possible, if your hips are low enough, fall to your left, onto your left forearm, left hip, roll back to the right. Telescope your head and chest forward, try to get your hips right down. And once your hips are down, the rest of the body will follow more easily. Keep reaching through the crown, or stand forearms. The more you sink again, picture a big weight sitting on top of your body, or feel as though you had rocks in your hip pockets. Use your imagination to attain the effect that you're trying to attain. Now break the pose. Come back onto your hands. Slide the right foot in. Bend the toes under the back foot that tells the balance. Do the little test again of raising the right foot. Right hand on the seat. Left hand can either just stay on the outside of the knee. Keep upright. turn to the right, or go into padding feet to Pashkonasana, full expression, left arm up, and dive down. Try to get your arms, the elbows, the outside. If you're trying to bind, especially try to get your armpit on the outside of the knee, resting on the outside of the knee, and then your elbows a little bit in this, further down in a space below the knee. So you have to twist a little bit to the right first. Use your right hand to guide the arm underneath in a diagonal line. It flexes the head, slides across the front of the belly. And then the right arm can go over your back and join your hands. That's only if you're taking a bind. Otherwise, right hand pushes into your left. Push hard so the chest comes behind your thumbs. Roll the right shoulder back. If you want, take the back knee up off the ground. Then you can also try to take a bind with your knee up off the ground. If you can keep your balance, you have more space for the left arm to go underneath the leg. So it has its advantages as well. Check them both out. Push through the back heel. Pull the arm if you have the bind. Wherever you are is perfect if you're offering up the pose and you're doing the best. So you're here or here, no matter. It's all perfect. Break the pose. Come back into plank. Let's go into side plank now. Left hand comes to the right a little bit, spin on your feet, go to the right. If you're finding that you're dropping into your shoulder, your hips are sagging down, just bring your left knee down, but move it in a little bit so it's not like this. Move your left knee in so it's underneath hip, then you can get your hip up nice and high. Now come back to plank, go to the other side. Swoop on your feet. Good. Now we're going to do one more round, this time any variation you like. Go to your left again, go on your left hand again. Turn to the right, so you can raise your right leg up, or place it on the knee, on the right leg, left leg, or bring a foot down alongside the inside of the left knee. Turn on a foot, the toes are pointing in the same line as the rest of the leg. Push your hip all the way up. Ground the inside edge of the left foot. Notice how high my hip is. So you can take the right foot up off the ground. If you can catch the right knee. Slide your hand up to the foot if you're flexible to hold the foot. All these progressions. And back down into the high plank. Again, don't worry about the results. Just do your best. See yourself in a practice you're trying to attain. And keep up the efforts. Keep adhering to ethical rules and determination, and you will arrive. Push your hip all the way up. See if you can lift your left toe off the ground. You have to be all the way on your right hand to the right foot. Inside edge of the foot is down. Take your knee right in towards your body so you can find it more easily. And then slide your hand up the inside of the leg if you're trying to take the foot. Good. Break the pose. Come back down into your plank. And from here, jump forward to your hands. Into a squat. Press your outside of the upper arms against your inner thighs. Hands down. Crow pose, kakasana. So we press the backs of your arms against the inside of the legs. Push firmly into the ground. Lift your heels up. Keep your head high to the seat. And hold your breath. Even the ankles, inside the ankles are against the arms. So you can pull your toes away from the ground, even if you just dance from one toe, the toes of one foot to the other. If you hold your breath and flex your feet, you'll be able to eventually come into the pose. Let's try again. Those who want to continue to go on, as you come into the crow pose, tuck your chin in, come land your forehead with the hairline on the ground, come up into teddy bear. If you want to keep going right into headstand, go right ahead. Okay, your legs can be split or straight up according to your abilities. If you don't want to enter that way into the headstand, you can also just start with your knees, your shins on the ground.
your hands beside your knees, and then bring your head down in front of your knees. Your hands should not be beside your head, beside the knees. Lift your seat so your hands and head form a triangle. Try to get your seat as high as possible, toes close to the wrists, and then again just rest underneath the knees, against the elbows. Pull your toes away from the ground. So those who are in headstand, stay there. Bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows. Another option is too much pressure for the head. Take hold of your elbows, and your elbows should be in line with your shoulders, just underneath, right close to your knees. Don't move your elbows. Bring your hands forward. The more your elbows spread, the more they'll go into one line, and again, it's harder to balance. So form a triangle with your head and your elbows. Walk your feet as close as possible to the elbows, and then lift your seat up. Come off your heels. Eventually you might get one leg behind you. Keep your leg very bent, the heels close to your seat. Your body is more compact, it will be easier to balance. And see if you can pull your toes away from the ground. So maybe you start with your toes hovering just above the ground, about 1 inch or 2. But if you keep pushing through the left foot, eventually your feet will come to the same height as your hips. Just wait for the mind to be ready for it. Steady in the pose, steady in the focus, steady in the intention of offering always. Wherever you are is perfect. Now those of you who are in headstand can make your way back into crow if you like. Your hands are in tripod. Come into a tuck, bend your knees in. And as you come down, curl the tail under. Try to get your knees past your shoulders. Land just a little shins on the tops of the arms, upper arms. Flex your feet, hold the breath, and take your head up off the ground. And then back down, so you're coming down with control. Now in child's pose for a moment. Breathe in and breathe out. From here, slide your arms forward, glide your way right into your cobra. All-encompassing. Jump again your feet or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Arms in front, tuck your tail, shoulders back, lift your heels up if you can. Perhaps the legs start to shake at some point. Be unconcerned, it's just the body that's feeling it, not you. Lift your heels up a little bit higher. Bring your seat down a little bit low so it's like you're sitting on a chair. Your knees and your hips in the same line. Now come down lower and lower. Once your seat is right behind your heels, tuck your chin in, a fluid movement. Bring your legs up and behind your head. Your hands come onto your back as you're making that transition. Plow pose. Now you can stay in plow pose with your knees close to your shoulders. If you want to go to shoulder stand, move your arms in a little bit further towards one another, hands together, palms together. And so try to get your elbows closer, bring your hands on your back. One leg at a time, come up into shoulder stand, straight legs, chin all the way down, up to the toes. You can, of course, be at an angle if it's too much. If you can't get your seat up very high, just rest your seat where they are and your legs go up. They can be at an angle. Either way, you allow the veins in the legs to rest. When the feet is higher than the head. Keep your mind attention on the space between your eyebrows, the seat of divine perception. Now slowly make your way back to plow pose. Control the descent. You can hold the other just the mat if you need to as you bring your feet down behind your head. Take a few moments in plow pose. Keep your mind always on the space between your eyebrows.
you're transitioning out of the pose, which is now, keep your mind one pointed in its focus. As your seat's coming down, your hands come behind your back, palms down, index fingers touching, thumbs touching. Once your seat lands on your wrist, lower your legs down, but stop when you're midway down, halfway. And now lift your back up off the ground. Move your elbows in a little bit closer if you can. Lift the chest and bring the top head down. If it's too much, bring your legs down to the ground. Fish pose. Breathe very fast in the nose. Bring your feet close to your seat. Edges of the feet line to your hips. Urdhva Dhanurasana. If it's too much, come into bridge pose. Slide your head down so the back's head on the mat, and lift your hips up off the ground. Your arms stay on the ground. Otherwise, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Your fingertips plant on either side of the head, behind the head. Lift the seat. Slide your head a little bit closer in towards the heels and turn your hands around. Fingers now facing towards the feet, but the fingers slightly turned and equally spread. Lift your head up off the ground. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Remember the modification, bridge pose, perfectly acceptable. Your arms are on the ground, your hands perhaps underneath your seat, joined together, and you stay on the back of the head. The head's in a natural position. Good. Lift up. Those who are in Urdhva Dhanurasana, lift up your heels, rock back and forth, try to get your chest forward before your arms, in front of your arms. Good. Now come back down. With control as always. Take a moment to hug your thighs against either side of that, against your body, your knees at the shoulders. Separate your thighs a little bit. Now from here, roll up to seated. Keep your feet wide so your heels on the other edge of the mat. And then go down with your armpits pretty much at your knees, holding inside the heels. If you're more flexible, you can open up your feet a little bit more. Try to get your shoulders down, lower than the knees, your belly getting closer and closer to the ground. If you're very flexible, you can open up your legs and come down all the way down onto your belly. If you need to move your hands in, then move your hands in closer. Now try not to round your back too much. Keep on reaching your head forward, so even if you're in this pose, keep on trying to flatten out. Imagine you're gliding into cobra, same movement, you're leading with a heart. It's almost like you're trying to create a back arch. Settle into the pose, merge with the form. Now come back up. Bring your feet together. One more. Knees together. Rise up with the arms and come down. Your belly on your thighs. You can wrap your arms around and take hold of your opposite arm, your upper arms, and just, if you're more flexible, you can slide your feet forward. If you can get your legs all the way down, detaching your belly from the thighs, and go ahead. You're trying to imagine trying to get your chest beyond your knees. Telescope your body. You're trying to add the hips. Imagine trying to touch the top of the head to against the feet. Breathe in from the base of the spine all the way to the crown. Exhale back down to the base of the spine. Now come up. From here, bench pose. Feet turned out, about 12 inches apart, hands behind your back, again 12 inches apart, fingers and toes facing out, so corners of the mat. Push your hips up if you can, so they're high to the hips and the shoulders, the chest higher than the shoulders. Allow the head to go back, and breathe very fast, make the belly jump. Lower the seat down.
From here, cross your ankles, come onto your shins, bend the toes under. Hands on the seat, pushing your seat, pull down, lift the chest, allow the head to go back. Now you can stay here, this is already a limit, you stay there. You can also though rock back and forth, try to get your shoulders upon knees, keep your body straight. Like you have your board hinging at the knees. If you can get your shoulders back behind your feet, if you like, bring your right hand on your right heel, left hand on your left heel, bring your heels together, lock the baby fingers together, and allow your hips to drop forward. Rabbit pose. Lift the chest. Feels like you're going to fall on your thighs. Now to get out to the pose, bring your body back, shoulders behind your heels. One hand at a time, release, bring them back onto the seat, and come back up. So from here, hands in front of the knees, cat-cow a few times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Bring your feet down, the feet in front. Just extend your legs forward. Left hand on the other side of the right shin, right hand on behind your back, front of the back. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to the right. Try not to allow your feet, your heels to separate. If one foot starts to go forward, push the other foot forward to meet it. Keep your back straight. Push the lower back up and in on the inhale. Straighten the back. Lengthen the back. Body, exhale, turn to the right. Try to get your chin over your right shoulder. Twist as much as you can. Come back forward, go to the other side. You can visualize the spine spiraling upwards. Imagine your skin is transparent. Again, you have to use your imagination to try to see what you're trying to do, and then visualize the spine moving, or visualize the body moving into the pose easily. Perhaps the body will obey with more ease than you think. Break the pose, lie down on your back. Make your way down softly, and then just allow all the tension to fall out of the body. Inhale, imagine you're attracting all the tension wherever it resides into the middle of the body. Exhale, just allow it to just drop, funnel out of the body. Allow the muscles to dissolve, feel as though they dissolve. Imagine the flesh just hanging off the bones. Surrender completely and always. Imagine the best of the best is coming to you now, all the fruits of the practice. Feel yourself being flooded by that insurge of all of the best of the best. Direct it right to the spiritual heart again, where God resides. Offer it all to God. Because as God is equally present, you will be able to share the benefits to all beings. Everything is meant to be shared. Through the practice of yoga, we cultivate compassion by seeing ourselves in all forms. So we imagine, if we can remember that God is within each and every form, that divine essence,
is equally present in all beings, will have a strong desire to always respect and revere all beings. For how could we want to bring harm to any being if we know that there's a divine spark that resides within? So that intention firmly set, let's make our way back up to seated position. We'll close the practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within and send it to all beings. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. If you want to do more Shavasana, then you go ahead and just allow the benefits to further integrate. Thank you so much for joining. Hope to see you again. Namaste.